Hi everyone, it's Lindsay. Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you two cards, both with see-through sentiments. These cards are put together in exactly the same way. One's just winter theme, one's a fall theme card. And that is because I could not decide what to do with this new stamp from Cracker Box and Susie Stamps. It can be used all year round. It's one of those nice versatile stamps, and it's just a lot of fun to play around with. So I decided to share with you a couple of cards, both made exactly the same way. You just switch up the colors, your background stamps, and your sentiments, and you're good to go all year round. So I'm starting off, and I'll be stamping with my Misty today just because I am making two cards exactly the same. It's easier this way. It's also going to be easier to place your sentiments, which you'll see later on in this video. I'm starting off with the panel. This is going to be cut down even smaller later on. So if you are starting out, I would go ahead and cut this down to about 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And you can cut it down even smaller later on then. But what I'm doing on these panels is lining up this big Viney wreath stamp. This is brand new from Cracker Box and Susie Stamps. It's part of their new release that's going on today. And if you're watching this as I post this, there is a blog hop going on, and you have a few days to enter yourself into a $50 gift card for Cracker Box and Susie Stamps. All you need to do is go over, follow along in the blog hop, and leave a comment on each stop along the way. There's not that many stops, it's just the design team. So not that much work, and you get entered in to win that $50 gift card. You have until 11:59 Mountain Standard Time on the 4th of August to go ahead and get your comments in to be entered. So I went ahead and stamped both panels using my Misty with that leafy wreath stamp set, or that viney wreath, excuse me. And then I will go ahead and stamp my backgrounds. Now my backgrounds are going to be directly on the card base. I'm stamping two different ones here. My first one is going to be my Christmas winter themed card. And for my background, I'm using the pine branch stamp from Cracker Box and Susie Stamps. I'm using a little bit of eucalyptus ink from Catherine Pooler. These are all Catherine Pooler inks I'm using today. And what I used to stamp the wreath with was icing on the cake, which is a nice chocolatey brown color. To stamp out this background, I am just stamping the edges. The center is going to be covered with my panel later on, so I am just using the edges of that pine branch to stamp all along the edge and create a little bit of a frame for that panel that's going to go on. I love this technique, and I love this stamp set for this. It's very big. You can twist it around, you can turn it, and use all the different areas of it to create a nice, not uniform look at all. It's very sporadic, and it just really does a really good job of this technique. I'm also going to overlap some of these for a more fun look and more chaotic look on the background to really give it a little bit more interest on this very simple card. Now on my second background, I'm going to be using this very large graphic sentiment. It's thankful, grateful, blessed. I've used this one before. I'll leave that video linked down below if you want to check out more ideas with this stamp. And I'm using some Mandarin spicing from Catherine Pooler. Now in order to do this, I don't want to stamp one right after the other, so I'm actually going to move it down as I stamp. And then I'll fill in that gap at the top. But this is a nice way to get all those words on your card background without a whole lot of work. All you need to do is line up the blessed with the thankful, and you're good to go. Just keep stamping, and it doesn't have to be perfect. These are very large, imperfect greetings. They look almost handwritten, so it doesn't have to be 100% perfect, perfectly spaced. I love backgrounds like this because they're so quick and easy to do, and I don't have to do any measuring. I'm going to go ahead and continue this and just fill in these last few little spots with my stamp here, and then I will move on to some ink blending. Now these are gorgeous as is. I love the look of just the stamping. However, I wanted to add a little something more. And these Catherine Pooler inks blend beautifully. So I'm going to take the Over Coffee, which is a little bit lighter than the icing on the cake. It's a nice brown ink that is great for kind of just stressing your edges. And I'm using one of my larger Amazon makeup blending brushes. These are the cheap ones from Amazon. I'm just going to quickly, very, very quickly, bring in a little bit of that Over Coffee along the edges. This is also going to mix a little bit with your inks that are already on there, tone them down a little bit, but it creates this really gorgeous look that looks distressed as well, the stamping does. I also went ahead and added a little bit of distressing along the panels that I stamped the wreaths onto as well. I didn't go as far in here. I wanted to leave the circles blank. Those will be cut out eventually. However, I didn't want to go so far in as I did on the background. So just very, very lightly coming in on those edges and giving them a little bit of a distressed look. And finally, here is a closer look at the second background with the distressing on it. You can see that ink mixes just a little bit with the background colors, and it gives a nice distressed vintagey look to the overall stamping on the card. So once I had that done, it's time to do my die cutting. I wanted to get all my pieces done and finish off with my sentiment. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of removable adhesive. If you don't have removable adhesive, just tape these down with a little bit of low tack tape on the edges and put them in position how you want them to end up on the card. So I'm going to center up my wreath panel right in the center and just give it a good press down. This is going to be removed later on. I'm going to actually end up popping these up. But I want to do my die cutting both layers at one time so I know everything's going to be nice and even. I took my circle die, one that fits nicely inside that wreath, and I'm going to run it through my die cutting machine with both panels through and then back through again. You can do this a couple times if you think that maybe it hasn't cut all the way through. I knew mine had because I've done this a million times. But once you have that cut through, you can go ahead and carefully take your die off. And there you've got that nice opening in the front of your card. So it's not only in the front panel with the wreath, but you've also got it through to where you can see all the way through to the inside of the card base. I'll go ahead and take off those front panels as well. I will pop those up. But first I'm going to do some stamping. I need to stamp my sentiment. For my thankful, grateful, blessed background, my Thanksgiving card, I am going to use for all our blessings we give thanks. This is another Cracker Box and Susie stamps. It will be listed and linked. All the products I'm using today are listed and linked down below in the description box. I'm going back to that icing on the cake ink and I'm going to stamp it right down in the center of that card base. Now you can see I'm using my Misty a lot for these stampings. That is because I want them to be nice and centered. I also want to do a couple of stampings with them most of the time. I'm also using Creative Corners in my corner there you've seen, just to pop everything away from the side. That really helped, especially when stamping those wreaths, so nothing bumped up against the edge. Finally, I'm going to stamp my Christmas greeting stamp in my pine branch background. I'm lining that up in the opening that the circle gave. I'm using my big bar magnet to hold that down. If you don't have a magnet strong enough to hold it down, it kind of want to flops around, or maybe your magnets have broke like mine did, you can always tape that down and in place as well so everything stays put. I stamped that Christmas greetings and the same icing on the cake ink, and I stamped it down a couple of times so it's nice and dark. There's a closer look at how that looks opened up. You've got it to where you can see it through it on the front, so you still have it on the inside when you open it up as well. Now, just to add a little bit more interest, I am going to pop up those panels with the wreaths on them. So I'm using a little bit of foam tape. You just want to make sure that you keep your foam tape away from the opening so it's not going to show through on the inside of the card or the outside of the card for that matter. I'll go ahead and pop that right over the circle, make sure everything's lined up, and there's a closer look at that. It's such a neat way just to add a little bit of interest to your cards. And you don't have to do any extra stamping on the inside then. You've got your sentiment ready to go. You can write your little greeting down at the bottom, sign your name or your family's name, and you're good to go. That's all you need to do for these cards. I also want to mention too that I use that wreath stamp, and there are a few release stamps that came out with this release that go along with it as well. So you can really dress this up too with some flowers, there's some vines, a lot of different things you can add to it to make it really fun. Here's one final look at both cards. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to head over to the blog post to find all about the new release blog hop that's going on. That is going to do it for me today. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Happy crafting, everyone.